morning, guys. Okay, so today I wanted to send you this video because I feel it's really super important for you to hear it firsthand from somebody that has experienced it. So it's not just me saying words. This has happened multiple times for me along my journey with counting macros. So what I want to talk to you about is taking emotion out of the number on the scale. And also the fact that weight loss is not linear. So it's not going to be this straight line down. There's going to be some spikes and ups and downs. And sometimes it's even when we've been following our macros perfectly and our daily calorie intake. So we're not sure why the scale isn't going down. Sometimes it goes up and it just doesn't make sense to us. And so because of that, I want to just give you a little bit of history of what I have experienced. So in this last year, I know that there were several times when I was following my macros perfectly, and I mean like perfectly. I was always within a few grams of everything, always within my calories, and I did not understand why sometimes I would go an entire week and that scale would not budge. That being said, just this past weekend, again, I was following everything. I was hitting macros, or if a couple of the days this weekend when we had special events going on, I told myself I was going to aim for just hitting my calories versus tracking individual macros. So I did that and I stayed within my calories, and yet the scale actually, previous to the weekend and throughout the whole weekend, it kept going up. And so it went up a total of, I think it was at its highest, I think it was 4 pounds higher suddenly than what it had been. And I hadn't been, going off the wall or going over my calories. So it, you tend to very easily let it frustrate you. But because over this last year, I have experienced this before, and I know this process works. This time, this last weekend, when the scale did that, I didn't even freak out. I honestly just told myself, you know what? Trust the process. You have done this before, so just keep doing what you're doing. Don't throw in the towel or go crazy, today just because you're mad at the number on the scale, and just stay consistent. And when I say consistent, I don't mean perfect. Just stay consistent. So I just followed through what I normally do for the weekend, didn't freak out. And what do you know? This morning, I step on the scale to a new scale low, like lower than before it went up. So it just goes to show that weight loss is not always a linear line straight down. There's gonna be spikes, and sometimes we don't know why, and it can be for many reasons. Sometimes you're not getting enough sleep. Sometimes it's because you're too stressed. Sometimes it's because you had a lot of sodium the day before. Sometimes it's because you did a hard workout and your muscles are retaining water to protect themselves. There's all sorts of different reasons that can contribute to why the scale might do what it does. So when I ask you guys to weigh in so that I have information on your sheets, try to take the emotion out of that scale, because the reason we're weighing in so often is so that I get those data points. I use it for data to see what your body reacts to, what's working, what isn't, and also it'll show you that sometimes the scale goes up, and then a few days later, whoosh, the scale drops, and it drops even lower than what it was previous to it going up, even though you didn't change anything. So I just wanted to kind of send this to you to let you know, don't freak out if the scale is either one, not going down as quick as you like, or two, it's actually going up once in a while, because we have so many reasons in our very complex bodies that can make the scale go up or down, and that doesn't mean you're actually gaining fat. That's the key you have to remember. You can still be losing fat even though the scale might be going up. So remember, we are aiming for fat loss, not just weight loss, okay? So those are just kind of some reminders that I felt I wanted to share with you guys, just to keep your mind at ease. Also, because this process is something that you're supposed to learn for long term to take with you into the rest of your life, because of that, it's not a quick fix either. So like I've told you all, it is a slower process, but it's because it's worth it in the end. It's because you're going to actually see results, but also keep results, not just get quick results and then go and gain the weight back. So because of that, we have to remember not to expect super fast, but rather steady, consistent, and not freak out when sometimes there's a spike, and just trust the process. Overall, over time, it will continue to go down, but you'll have a few spikes in between. Also, last thing that I want to remind you of is some weeks you may not see weight loss. Some weeks you may see a slight weight gain, but guess what? We want to average for about a pound of weight loss a week, but that doesn't mean you need to see weight loss every week, because now you have to remember some weeks you're all of a sudden going to see like 3 pounds gone in 1 week, or some people even see 4 or 5 pounds gone in 1 week. So when you don't have weight loss for a week at all, don't freak out, because you may all of a sudden have a week down the road where you're going to lose 3 or 4 pounds in 1 week, and that makes up for it. So you're still going to be averaging a pound a week in the end. So that's just the stuff that I felt, it was on my mind, that I just felt I needed to reassure you guys and talk to you guys about. So there you have it. Just some things to think about. Try and take that emotion out of the scale and trust the process, and just be consistent. And remember, weight loss isn't linear. That line won't always just go straight down. There'll be some spikes, but that doesn't mean you're not losing fat. Just because you're not losing weight doesn't mean you're not losing fat. So trust the process. You've got this. And remember, for a lot of you guys, you're eating a lot more food than you used to eat. So hey, the fact that you're not gaining weight and you're eating a lot more food, that in itself is winning big time. And the scale will go down, like I said. So you just have to give it time. So anyways, that's all. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.